Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This will be past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. If you would like a if you tarot is a tool, it's not the final rule. So it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up, okay? But once again, if you like a personal read, check out the description below. As you see, we have the divination board out today, and we're going to do a one question, one answer. And before we begin to do so, we're going to take 2 deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and hold for 3 seconds. All right, let's breathe in. Release. Breathe in. Release. Okay, now take a few more seconds to think of the question that you would like to ask the divination board before we begin. Okay, and now we'll begin the pendulum. Okay, collective. The consistency that I have here, collective, is between the months of April and May, Taurus, Gemini, Wednesday, unknown, um, Sagittarius, Scorpio, and November. Once again, the consistency that I have is between the months of April, May, Taurus, and Gemini, Wednesday, unknown, Scorpio, Sagittarius, and November. So take those answers into account to whatever question you ask. Okay? All right, let's tap into the tarot. Thank you all for being kind. Thank you for your support and being a good sport. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Mm-hmm. All are welcome on this channel, and all contributions are highly appreciated. Okay. First card that we have here is the Ace of Skulls. And so it looks like possibly, collective, you have been through some kind of change in your life that has allowed you to afford to bloom and blossom. You have had a, like a rising, like a phoenix. You have surrendered and have also released a lot of energy that no longer serves you for your highest good. And this could be different things, and it's different for everyone. But whatever changes you have had in your life, it is affording you to have an overflow, an outpour of abundance or opportunity. Or it could be both, one or the other, or both. So there's changes that you have made, created, you have taken part in. Maybe you surrendered some hurt, some pain. You've been doing healing work. Maybe you've made some changes in your life. This could be mental, this could be spiritually, this could be your emotions as well. Okay. It could be as well as severing ties, which is my favorite topic. Yes, it is. Okay. So whatever it is for you, put it where it resonates. It has afforded you and allowed you to move forward and rise like a phoenix. And so the new you that is being presented to people that you are no longer in contact with is somewhat foreign to the point that I'm picking up that someone could be possibly chasing their tail. Someone could be very confused, like in a circle. Just picture a dog chasing their tail, which is a cute picture. But someone could be very confused because they were under the perception, this could be a person or a group of people. Okay. This could be lots of people. Okay, Spirit. And they're very confused. They want to know, how did you manage to accumulate all this overflow, these opportunities, these blessings. This could even be just your presence. When people see you now, you're more happy, you're more upbeat, you have a beautiful smile on your face, male or female. Maybe in the past, they were likely to see you with your head hung down. You're no longer doing that. You're more confident, you have more love and appreciation for yourself. Okay, and so your perception has changed, the way you see life, the way you see yourself. And I'm picking up for someone that you really, really are loving, starting to really love, really love what you see in the mirror. Now, I did a reading about reflection, I believe a week ago, about someone who, when they look in the mirror, they don't like what they see, and it causes them a lot of emotional pain. It impacts them. And when I say they don't like what they see, we're not talking about aesthetics, okay? We're speaking spiritually here. That when you begin look into the mirror, you're not just looking at your face. You begin to reflect and have very fast reflection and views. It's like you go into a back pedal of all the experiences that you have that have been impacted you in a negative way. And it just causes you a lot of stress. And at one point in your life, it had you into an energy of depression. And so while they're having me refer to this old read here, I believe I did that reading last week. But either way, you're loving what you see in the mirror once again, spiritually speaking. And so who you used to be is very foreign to people, so much so, people could be maybe calling you fake, you're pretending, that is not you. Or you could also have people, I'm picking up on someone who likes to be stuck on the old you. When you were in your shadow side. We all have shadow work to do. It happens consistently and constantly on our path. And so there is someone that you no longer deal with who loves to have conversations about when you were in your shadow side, when you were maybe going through some kind of sadness or grief. Maybe you were homeless. Maybe you were just not in a happy place. Okay. Maybe you're going through a divorce, a separation, a loss of a loved one. This could be many things, financial hardship. Maybe it was very challenging, trying to manage and support you and your family. And whatever it was when you were going through those experiences, people who do not have access to you currently, they're choosing to hang on to the old you. And they're choosing to hang on to the old you because the new you is something that they envy, is something that they're not choosing to admire. And because it makes them look kind of goofy at this point, the lies that they may have told about you, the conversations, the gossip, they're having to recant their story. But it looks like Spirit is saying no matter what they say or who they talk to, they're not the only one who is recognizing your change, but everyone. New people that old people that whether you talk to them, you're in contact with them or not, everyone is noticing you and seeing you. So possibly, I'm also picking up one moment, agua break. I'm also picking up that maybe at one point in your life, for some of you, what I'm about to say, maybe this person that was slandering you the most. So you have more than one person, one hater, okay? But it's okay because your hater is confirmation that you're on the right path. Always remember that, okay? So use that as inspiration. Do not become frustrated. So I'm picking up for some of you, one of these people, or maybe a group of these people, maybe they were telling people like they had access to you. Maybe they were painting a narrative as if they took care of you, or they ran your show, they had control over you, or they could dictate your moves. Well, all that is slapping them in the face. Every conversation, every lie, they're having to recant their story. And the more they speak on you and the more they try to clean up with these explanations, it's becoming like a layered mess. Okay, it's getting very messy to the point people are starting to turn a deaf ear when they want to speak and gossip. Folks just don't want to hear it no more. Folks just don't want to hear it no more. They're like, you know what? We get it. We don't want to hear it. You don't like the collective. You're jealous of the collective. Oh, You got a chip on your shoulder about the collective. Okay, that's why you try to paint a story, wax on, wax off, negatively about the collective. Okay. And so they wanted you to feel as if you were in bondage, and they're angry because maybe you felt that way in the past, but you have escaped these ropes. And I'm picking up on someone who went through a lot of painful situations, possibly repetitively throughout your entire life. Maybe you've had a lot of negative projection, projected onto you as well, meaning those who were supposed to be supporting, even. This could be parental figures, your mother, your father, siblings, cousins, aunts, uncles, whomever. Even in some relationships, those who were supposed to support you chose to hate and slander you, and they thought you would stay in this situation. And this picture here is much different from what you're seeing here. And so, everyone doesn't have to applaud you. I know you're saying, look, I don't need nobody to applaud. But to really be mad and angry because a person that was in this state changed to this, it says that there's something wrong with that person, because you should only be inspired and encouraged to witness progress. It is proof and evidence each and every time that we witness, goes for all of us here on planet Earth, someone progressing, whether we know them or not. We don't have to know them personally. We don't even have to have a conversation with them. But whenever here on planet Earth, as human beings and spiritual beings, we witness progress, we're supposed to be encouraged, not discouraged and feel like, projecting negative energy. So they're angry because you broke free from this bondage. This could be a mindset. This could be how you carried yourself. This could be the image of what people saw. Maybe you were someone who, you could have been a single parent as well. Maybe you were someone who had different problems and situations occurring, and you had a family who looked at you like you were the problem. And there's nothing wrong with asking for help, and no one is obligated to give us nothing as well. But at the same token, when you were just simply experiencing life, I'm picking up that you had family and friends, close people who were supposed to protect you and nurture you, and assist you, even in your youth, especially. I mean, before you even became an adult, they often would mock, make fun, and really like get some kind of high off of seeing you suffer, off of seeing you confused, or seeing you in a bad situation. If you were ever evicted from your home, which is not a fun experience. It's not funny to see someone lose their home, or get set out. It's not about embarrassing. It's just not a good feeling. Okay. If you've ever been through maybe losing your job or anything for that matter, being mistreated, mishandled, stolen from, maybe I'm also picking up on family members like trying to date people you were dating, possibly sleeping with them behind your back. Yes, all kinds of just betrayal, diabolical, deceitful nature. You could have been from a family that was just very dark and negative. And since you were the one who came through that lineage, uh, you were you're quite different from them, and so you approach situations differently, but you've had no guidance as well, meaning as you were developing into a young man or a young woman, I'm also picking up you had to parent yourself. The things you didn't know, you had to find your own way. You could have had not a close knit situation with your guardians, if you were adopted or someone else raised you, or with your parental figures. When it came to learning about sexual encounters, or life, and just developing and how to create and how to build, you had to really parent yourself and find your own way. There was no one there to, in the physical, your spirit team and the divine was always there for you, but there was no one there in the physical to support you. But you continue to rise each and every time like a phoenix, so much so your family has stood by and watched you go through a lot of suffering. You may also have been through some different situations of being mishandled inappropriately at a young age as well. And your family, has stood by and watched these things, and they often try to instead of support you and nurture you, maybe help you heal from these things. These were family members who actually condoned this behavior. I'm also picking up that there could be maybe an aunt or uncle in the family who was inappropriate with family members and other people outside the family. And this not for everybody, but for someone, the family condoned this person's behavior, this uncle's behavior or this aunt's behavior of being inappropriate. And I'm talking about the inappropriate kind that'll get you, incarcerated the illegal way. This family condoned this, just because it happened once doesn't mean you have to let the pattern keep occurring. But you also, because they're not letting me go forward because there's so much that you've been through. And right now, your spirit guides want you to know that nothing you have endured has gone unnoticed. You've also escaped that, being touched inappropriately, and having the family condone it, even allowing this uncle or this aunt that or this cousin, whomever was inappropriate with children as well as adults, inviting them to family gatherings and having them show up and make their plate first and putting them on a pedestal. Maybe this person had money, maybe it was about materialism, and they condone the behavior. They allowed this person to continue to come around the family and hurt more people. Okay, but you escaped that. You escaped it. They wanted the fire to keep ablazing, and you broke free and you walk away. Okay, you walked away. And so they are aware. The things that I'm sharing with you, they're also saying, the divine wants you to know that your family and friends who have caused you this harm, they are aware of why you don't deal with them. Do not allow anyone from your past who you have chosen to sever ties with to come back into your life saying they want to have a talk. Their time is up. That cycle is closed. There are no conversations to be had. I'm also picking up at this time, you are an adult. Hopefully you are if you are on my channel, okay? So you have escaped a lot, a lot. I'm also picking up you have had money stolen from you, possibly some kind of inheritance or settlement. I picked up on that the other day. It keeps coming up. A family of this family is just very, very dark, very deceitful, and it's not your fault. You were chosen to come through that family for a purpose, with a purpose, okay? And you will find your enlightenment on your own divine timing, okay? But if you were not going to come through that family, if it's meant for you to be here, you will be here. If it wasn't that family, it would have been a different family. Okay, that's how that goes. But that's another video. But somebody needed to hear that. But yes, this family is just very negative and diabolical, and they condone a lot of dark behavior. The women, the men, you possibly could have had like an older brother or sister you tried to confide in, who often turned their back on you, just wanted to be oblivious. Spirit is saying that they are aware. They are aware of everything. The uncle or aunt who's inappropriately touching on people who need their act whooped, and need to be blocked, and I'm seeing a family like every time there's a gathering, this person is showing up and trying to isolate themselves as the family gathering is going on, trying to isolate themselves to be away from the atmosphere, and maybe they want to go into a room to be private and act like they want to watch the ball game, but they really want to see who they can touch on and who else they can be inappropriate with. And the family constantly condoned this. No one stepped up to tell this person, you're not welcome here no more. I mean, you should have been pressing charges on this person, but hands or feet should have been added to this person, but the family really condoned this behavior. And I'm picking up to this day, this person is still within the family and is being able to be free and get away with continuing this behavior, because for whatever reason, this pedophile is choosing to hurt other people and no one is doing nothing about it. It is just continuing. And so you broke free from this. And also, your ancestors want you to know that you're on the right path to stay away from these people. You've been doing that because it's not safe. They are the same people. They're doing the same thing. It may even be some funerals you have to miss. Yes, I just said that. It may be some funerals you have to miss. It's for your safety and for your protection. Often Families who have a lot of narcissistic, diabolical, dark, negative, low vibing energy, as I'm speaking of, they often will use a grieving, sad moment to try to weave back into your life. But sometimes it's just not safe. And I don't care who's saying, ooh, that's not right. Well, when it comes to self preservation and saving yourself from being harmed and also protecting your children, because I'm picking up that you have children or a child you can be trying to protect from being mishandled the way that you were. So I want to say congratulations to you. And I don't know you, but I'm proud of you because there are many people who choose to stay in the loop and stay in the cycle and they don't break free. And the pattern continues. One person is handsy with another person, then they grow up and they do it to somebody else. But you have broken the pattern. You've broke free. Clearly, with these two cards here, this is the read. You have broke free from this. You say, I'm not doing this. I'm not about to condone it. I'm not about to sit here. Okay. I hear you saying I'm not about to be fake. I'm not about to be fake. You're not about to show up and pretend and be fake with people who number one, don't care about you, especially if you were homeless and no one could help you or your child, and you were touched inappropriately. And you guys know what I mean when I say that, and nobody did nothing about it. And they condone this behavior. Spirit is saying they all know who they are. They all know what they have done. They know what this person has done. It's been going on for years. For years. Okay. Whew. So continue to rise above and stand your ground with the chariot energy here. Continue to make the moves that will keep you in stable balance consistently and persistently in your life. And never mind being a care bear. We live in a world, being in your fields will really get you effed up being in your fields, especially when I'm talking about situations dark as such as this. At the time you were a child when that occurred, and that happened to you, but now you're an adult and you have children of your own. You have a right to protect your offspring. You have a right to protect yourself. And who wants to go and reassert themselves around such dark negative energy that does not have any respect for them or love for them, or really just doesn't give a damn about them? I mean, clearly that's what I'm picking up. A lot of, possibly even some things within the family has taken place that should not have been taken place, because family don't do that with family. Okay. Read between the lines, collective. I'm trying not to, but I have to give you the message, because there's people watching who needs to get the synchronicity that your prayers are being heard. Your ancestors see you and they want you and they hear you and they want you to continue moving forward. They are aware of the pain that was caused on to you. And this family is aware. Do not let anyone approach you and give you that, oh, I didn't know. We need to talk. They knew. They condone it. They cool with it. And so your goal is to have harmony. Your goal is to have harmony and relationships that has cohesiveness, but with no underlining hidden agendas. Okay. I'm picking up that maybe this family, not maybe this family was someone who all had hidden agendas, the kind of family who like to be just hurt each other, scam each other, trick each other, steal from each other, sleep with each other's mates, husbands, wives, that kind of thing. Just doing things to sabotage each other within the family loop. And so you're breaking that cycle. You're breaking that generational curse. You're breaking several of them. So keep going, remain optimistic. Whatever you are doing, it is working for you. And I'm pretty sure what I'm about to say, but I have to share it with you again. The divine will always provide family and people for you to experience your life with, and I'm pretty sure you're aware of this. And I'm also picking up that you feel lighter. This is prosperity, abundance, and joy. You feel lighter. You feel better, much better than when you were with these people. And also you could have noticed The moment that you have chose whatever time you did, maybe you've been gone for 1 year, 2 years, maybe you've been gone for a couple of months and you're feeling good. The first week, 7 days, you ain't seen them or talked to them. It feels great. But I'm picking up that you feel increasingly better since you no longer are tied to these people. And when I say tied, you're no longer allowing them into your life and you're not trying to be involved with them. And this doesn't mean that you hate your family. This means, you have a right, a goddess and godly. A goddess and godly given right to protect yourself. You are not going to be loved any less or liked any less by the divine because you're choosing self preservation. So don't let anyone come to you and try to guilt trip you and Bible thump you and tell you something's going to happen to you and you're not going to be loved if you don't come and let us walk all over you and use you and mistreat you. You don't let us mistreat you. You ain't going to be loved. I'll wait. That don't even make sense. So that's for somebody. Don't allow anyone to come to you and manipulate you and make you feel because you're no longer dealing with them and they don't have access to you, but you're feeling so much better. Oh, you're feeling so much better. And when I say so much better, I'm not just talking about material. Your heart could feel lighter. The longer you don't deal with these people, the better you feel. The more opportunities you have, the more good luck you have, the more money you have. You could have a partner, a husband, a wife, a living spouse, whatever your situation is. The love making is even better, okay? Real talk. Your water even tastes a little bit better. It quenches your thirst just a little more bit more. It's just more quenchier, isn't it? The fruit that you eat is even more fruitier and juicier. Your laughter is louder and it's not just a smile on the inside, but your heart is also beginning to smile as well as you continue to heal and stay severed from these karmics. So this read here, this is a karmic family and your journey has not been easy, but it's for a reason, it's for a purpose because you were chosen to come through this bloodline. And you understood the assignment and you're still understanding it. And so your spirit team is confirming this is not a coincidence. You're receiving confirmation to keep moving and keep those ties severed. So when we close karmic doors, we do not open them back. We leave them where they are so that we can continue to enjoy our progress and all the bliss that life has to offer. Continue to have courage and be courageous no matter what it looks like around you. If you're ever dealing with something, you feel that it's overburdening you or you feel something's overpowering you, to go within, do what you can and surrender the rest. You must know, trust. You must know and trust that there's always a higher power working for you on your behalf. Always. You need to stand on it. Live in the know, breathe in the know, and walk in the know. That no matter what it is, it's going to work itself out. You can only do what you can and surrender the rest. So don't allow, if there are circumstances that pop up in your personal life, to make you go running back to the karmics or calling those same family members who already showed you who they are. They don't care about you or for you, and they have hurt you in a very major way, where you may be going through some counseling or therapy from what these people have done. So don't be tricked or fooled. Fooled, if I say, yeah, fooled, that's how you pronounce that, into going back. Don't become anxious and nervous and reaching back into the karmic bowl, like, oh, let me call somebody. No, 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 no. You call on divine. You call on source. That's who you call on. Okay? Gods and goddesses. That's who you call on. We will all be given several tests. And that's why it's important to continue to work on yourself in your own way, in your own timing that is best for you. Okay? And so now we have the 6 of skulls here. And so, you are moving forward to work with only people who are interested, people who are interested, not forcing anyone, but people who are interested in exchanging reciprocity, whether it's a business partnership, a friendship, a love relationship. You're like, look, I'm no more of you doing all and receiving nothing. Possibly you experienced that, as you grew into an adult, someone who always did it all and got nothing in return. Those days are over with. That will leave you what? In balance. In balance. That'll leave you like these. You're only dealing with those who wants to give you reciprocity, those who are in agreement. You're not forcing. If it's not for you, I'm pretty sure, collective, you're simply just walking away. But the energy I picked up, it's very heavy. Very heavy. It's enough to keep a fire ablazing. You felt that you would never, there were times where you felt that you would never be able to come out of this energy. And you could look at yourself with admiration and be so grateful, and thankful. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you to the ancestors. Get doing your venerations and going into council when necessary, as you should. And that's why this overflow is here. Just as much pain that you have endured is now being returned to you in the form of prosperity and abundance, good health, harmony, cohesiveness, more clarity and direction, and a fine-tuned spiritual connection that exists because you are doing the work. You are applying yourself, and it's individual. We all are individually, uniquely, divinely created. It's individual. Your spiritual connection is very fine-tuned, but all that you have endured has not gone unnoticed, and Spirit wants you to know that. Okay. And so now you're in the energy where you are sitting on your throne. Everything is being placed and put in its rightful position. When you were in your shadow side, things were out of place. Things were out of sync. Things were imbalanced. But now you have clarity, and you could have been doing things for survival, and I'm not making excuses, but truth is, people do things for survival. Okay, no judgment. People do things for survival. You could have been in situations where people around you, especially family and as well as parental figures, could have helped you, but they refused to help you. They felt better laughing at you, mocking you, getting on the phone, gossiping about what you're going through, but talking about the choices that you made. You probably made that choice to, give a little sugar out because you had to. Maybe you had to get diapers. Maybe you had to get milk. That's what somebody needs to hear that. So don't kick yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't have any regrets because you're not loved any less. You're loved even more. I need to show it to you again. You're loved even more. You're on your throne. The throne is earned. You've earned the right of passage. You're loved even more. That's what the overflow is for. You see the beautiful flowers. You see the phoenix. You see the sun behind it. So the universe is co-conspiring with you to bring forth your desires, safe and easy and accurately. Ashe? Ashe. So continue to stand in your truth. Continue to stand in your power. No one can tell you about you. That's what somebody need to hear. That nobody can tell you. Never mind the naysayers. Never mind anyone in your face that's talking that ish. Just never mind. You don't owe anyone an explanation. You don't have to feel guilty about anything of your past. You don't have to hide who you are. Keep your business to yourself if you want to keep it to yourself. But what I'm saying, you don't have to be ashamed of anything. And don't allow anyone to make you feel that way. What it is, I'm picking up, there's someone from your past that wants you to be ashamed because they want you to be overburdened or overwhelmed. This is someone who wants you to need them. They're angry because you don't need them. They're angry about it. And so that's why they're reflecting, as I said in the beginning, so much on the past when you were in your shadow side, because that's all they have. This new you, they do not know. So they figure if I can get them in this energy here, then they'll need me. Then the lies that I told, I ain't got to keep recanting my story. Then I can say, see, they need me. See, I control them. See, they fake. See. You see what I'm saying? Yes, folks mad because you don't need them, and folks are also mad because a lot of people mistreated you. I mean, who were very cruel and nasty to you for no reason. This could be a parental figure. This could be a parental figure, an aunt, uncle, cousin, sister, brother, whomever. Like I said, you're gonna have to miss some funerals. You need to hear that. Somebody needs to hear that. No, it's not a negative thing. You can have your own ceremony, and that's it. Okay. But we all have different belief systems, and those who know what to do about those things. But don't allow. That's another thing. Events. I'm not a holiday person. I don't subscribe to the theories of them. But those who do, I'm being told to share this message. Don't allow, like I said, don't allow if you experience a temporary hardship or a temporary moment of confusion in your personal life to make you go back to these karmics. Do not reach out to them. Do not connect with them. That is often a test. If you feel a challenge, Spirit is saying that is temporary and you're being tested to see if you're ready to go higher. But don't allow the hula days. I call them the hula days because they keep you in a circle. That's another video. It's coming. It's coming to a screen near you. Yeah. If you're someone who celebrate the hula days, don't allow that to get you in your emotional space and place where you're reaching out to the karmics as well. You're going to have to learn how, if that's your thing, to celebrate and honor those hula days with other people or by yourself. Someone needs to hear that, and that's who that's for. You're going to have to learn. I know everyone does not worship, because I don't subscribe to it, and that's okay. Everybody can do whatever they want to, but don't allow that. A lot of those hula days, I must say this, they are created to pull on your heart chakra anyway, so you can be woo woo. So if you participate in the hula day rituals, do not allow those moments to make you reach back to those karmic people who you cut ties with, who you no longer have dealings with. They are waiting to get even. They are waiting to continue to hurt you. And they will have a butter conversation, like butter on a bun, like butter on your favorite bread, like that honey butter, sweet honey butter. Look, put some flavor on it. On your favorite bread. Just imagine your favorite bread, bagel with some butter on it. They are waiting. They are waiting. They're like licking their chops. Yeah, I got them. Keep going. So this message is clearly to inspire and motivate those chosen ones who need to be inspired to keep going. Those who, if you say you're not chosen, well, those who are walking in their purpose to keep going, or those who are just simply making phenomenal changes in their lives, keep going. And another thing, what you have going on could dismantle just from you reaching back. Be careful, because you'll be sending out the signal to the universe that you're not ready for new, that you're going back. So the signal will be, oh, collective going back. Oh, they're not done. Okay, let me hold off. Let me hold off on this bag of money. Let me hold off on this new job. Okay, let me hold off on these new friends. Okay, let me hold off, on this new house. That kind of energy. I'm just giving you an example. So be mindful. You want to be careful with your magnetizing. You know how a magnet, you want to be careful with your magnetizing. Okay, I got to get some magnets for some prompts. I got some, but I don't feel like getting them. But either way, be careful with that. So this is a warning, okay? So some people need to hear that. You're going to have to miss some funerals. Yeah. You don't need to communicate with them. You communicate with your ancestors. You don't need to go boohoo with them. Mm-mm. And celebrating black. Wear white and have your own ceremony. Yeah, ashe to the ancestors. Yeah. All day long. Don't allow in your life, not just with funerals and hula days, that pulls on your heart chakra to keep you feeling like you got to be connected to people in the turkey. You can give thanks whenever you want to give thanks. You can buy gifts. I don't know about y'all, but I don't you shop year round? Don't you eat good every day? Don't you? And some people, okay, some people subscribe to the hula days and they like to dress up and look nice. Okay, don't you dress up every day? I'm just saying okay. Let me say that for the video that's coming to a screen near you. But either way, don't allow things in your life moving forward, not just the hula days and funerals, to be an excuse for you to go back into cycles that you told yourself, nobody else, that you were done with. You said you were done with letting the ex pull up and beat it up and eat it up because it gets you confused and then your feelings get in it when you see them with somebody. So be done with it. Don't let them pull up. Don't let them pull up. Take you a shower, go to bed, or go out on a date or something. Allow yourself to meet somebody new, okay? You said you was going, maybe, I don't know, declutter more. So maybe cleaning up is something you don't like. This is another good example. So since you don't like cleaning up, you know what you can start with? One simple thing. If you're somebody who don't like cleaning, and it's a wonderful idea to declutter because it controls the vibration and frequency of your environment. Look, when you use something, put it back. If you don't like cleaning up, it gets on your nerves. When you use something collective, just put it back one thing at a time. And you will see that you don't have much cleaning to do at all. So that's just an example. I trust and hope this reading found you and assist you for your highest good. But Spirit wants you to know this is a deep read. I didn't know it was going here. I had no idea the channeling be so real. Okay, those who don't know. But yeah, don't give yourself excuses. Oh, I gotta connect to so and so, and don't let nobody. Oh, that's Bo. You didn't go to so and so funeral. That's Bo. You didn't go see her Mother's Day. That's Bo. You didn't get a Christmas gift. That's Bo. They didn't look. You need to let your middle finger stretch itself out from time to time. You need to really let it, because the whole objective is, don't move through life being fooled and tricked out of your own favor, blessings, and opportunity. Forget what people are talking about. Forget people's judgment. No one can tell you how you feel. And from what we talked about, they don't know nothing about that, and it ain't none of their business. But you're on a journey moving above that, and you're also protecting yourself. And if you are a parent, the little ones as well, and they come first before everything. And so don't let anybody make you feel that you're going to be loved any less because you're choosing self-preservation. Keep moving forward. There's a lot of road ahead. Later.